All right, let me break down a pump fund trade. So, very simple. Basically, I was able to get 15K, or the return on investment is around 20%, but actually, uh, I roughly 5 to 6x my original position size. So let me show you guys what we're dealing with. All right, so this is it. So as we all know, I like to trade demand zones, right, and moving averages. So here, just a bird's eye view. Pump looks extremely bullish here. Honestly, there were signs that this price action was getting bullish. We were technically breaking new highs over here, right? So on the 4 hour, well, I'd consider myself a bit late because there was an entry here that could have been made. So moving averages, and we're now trading above. So this one would have been honestly one of the best entries you could ever get. Oops. And if you held it all the way up there, it would be quite crazy, either spot or in leverage. Doesn't matter. We were seeing some bullish price action, plus a rounding bottom, plus moving average. Right, looks quite good. Now, if you missed that, there was another play here. Broke this structure for this for our demand zone, right? So if you go down to the 1 hour, there was also a long here that could have been made, but again, I was too busy playing on-chain meme coins that I wasn't able to spot this out early. However, you don't have to be early to make money. So over here, if we're just pretty much following, direction, so higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, all the way up here. The higher high is all the way up here. This was the Binance spot listing, and the higher low is here. Now, I chose this demand zone because it's the one with the fair value gap left behind, and this looks like liquidity to me. Okay, so I looked at this. Ooh, there is a 1 hour demand zone. Okay, and I went down to the, let me see if I can split this. Okay. There you go. So on the 50-minute, quite different. Never mind. Okay, let's stick with this. On the 50-minute, that same 1 hour demand zone sat right at the 15-minute 200 moving average, right? So I thought to myself, this looks like a beautiful entry. So I set a limit order here, and I gave it room to run. So my SL, I believe, is very generous. Very, very generous SL here. Because if I just made it here, I would have gotten stopped out. Here, I would have gotten stopped out. So, absolutely glad that I gave myself some room for price. So, we got a sweep of this liquidity, and I guess as we go along this analysis later on, we could actually see that a characteristic of this coin is a sweep of demand zones, right? So just from that information alone, you can already either widen your stop losses or wait for a sweep before entering, right? So something that could be done here, let's say you waited for this sweep, you could enter around here, I guess with the lower stop loss, right? And your position size would be much bigger. Same thing here. After seeing the sweep, probably would have gotten in here and probably target a little bit higher here, right? So moving back, pump loves the 15-minute moving average, right? It's been using it quite well here in the past, right? We've been using the 15-minute moving average, 15-minute, right? We've used it here, and this is my double confluence, right? That 1 hour demand plus 15-minute moving average. So if you look here, that 1 hour demand sweep actually coincided with, guess what? What is this? A 15-minute 200 moving average tap. This was, if I'm not mistaken, the SMA. Yeah. So this was an SMA tap and it just flew from there. And now you could see it, right? Go back here. So why did I take profits here? Now, here's the analysis that I originally had made. So obviously, price could, reach for these highs here. We have a high here and a high here. And it honestly, it might as well just go. Just go for it, probably within the week. However, there are some news this week. So we have FOMC, right? And the week before, or a few days before FOMC, people like to de-risk. And honestly, I just don't want to be a part of that. Like, what if I'm holding something like this? I'm holding it here, and instead of keeping at, a new higher high, I round trip my profits and it trades back down, right? That 15K, suddenly it's back to like 2 or 3K, right? I do not, absolutely do not want that to happen. And this is a Sunday. So weekends and Mondays, usually they give out very volatile price action. Okay, so moving back to where I took profits here. So I went to the 15-minute and I saw that price was okay. Price was doing good. We found support at this 15-minute demand zone. Okay. I went down a little bit more into this 5-minute time frame. And as soon as I saw this, I immediately cut it because honestly, this should have had a higher high from here. If I really wanted some confidence in holding this trade a little bit further, should be something like this, right? So the moment we keep creating higher highs, right? After this higher low, create higher high. So we got this higher high here. Now, what I wanted to see personally was, okay, after reaching this, I wanted to see price explode. But as you can see right now, taking profits was the correct thing to do because we're actually dumping. So yeah, uh, basically that's how I did it, and looks simple, right? Very simple. You just need to be able to identify which coins are strong and identify demand zones, identify the moving average that fits that price action for that specific amount of time, right? Because if you go to the 4 hour, where's your entry here? If you miss this, you're done, right? In the 1 hour, if you miss this, you're done. So it's basically about looking at what time frames work best for your coin, right? Your confluence. So for Pump Fund, it's the 1 hour demand and the 15-minute moving average, right? So basically, that's all. If you want to be part of the inner circle, I gave this to you guys on the Discord. So that 200%, you could have copy traded me as well. The link is in the description below. Just apply for it. And if you actually want to learn exactly how I do this, right? If you don't want to copy trade, if you want to be able to do this by yourself, this specific knowledge by yourself, but I also do one-on-one mentorships. Everything's in the description below, and I'll see you on the inside.